welcome to the New Movie Thing Show, where we get to go to the movies and see movies that are in theaters that are new, that potentially came out today, and tell you what we thought about them. My name's Trisha Hirschberger.
I'm Sam Basher.
So Sam and I today went to go see The Maze Runner.
Maze Runner.
I know we've taken a couple weeks off of New Movie Thing Show because there's not much in theaters, and I hate to report that there's still not much in theaters.
No, you made a good point earlier that like if you really don't have anything to do and you want to go see a movie, you could probably go see this one.
Is that your quickie review?
Yeah.
Sam comes from the book reader background. I have not read the book, so we're hoping to give you two differing opinions on this. My quickie review would be, it's about as interesting as doing the crossword puzzle in your newspaper. So, like, if you want to sit down and figure something out for a while that's going to be mildly interesting, this is an okay movie to see. If you're looking for like a real solid film you're gonna watch over and over, this isn't it.
Were you intrigued in the beginning? Like, were you like, okay, there's some mystery here, it could be cool? Or were you just kind of not sold on it from the very start?
No, I was intrigued. Like, this is the kind of movie that I really like. I'm super into post-apocalyptic, and let's see what's gonna happen.
Right.
And I have to say, the entire movie, even though I think I predicted a bit of the ending, I predicted the main thing of the ending pretty early on, but I didn't predict all the intricacies, so I was still watching and engaged the entire time to kind of figure out what all the nuts and bolts and sidelines were of it, and that kept me engaged. I wouldn't say that I was completely taken in by the incredible acting or the incredible special effects or the soundtrack or anything like that. But like I said, it was interesting. It held my attention for the time that it did. It just didn't captivate me.
Yeah, okay, so good things that I liked was that they changed a lot of the bad things that were in the book. Like some of the characters' choices in the book, they didn't make any sense. And like they just did it just to make that's a new twist. Like it doesn't make any sense, so they changed that in this. That was cool. And the VFX in this were very good, like the way they made the grievers, the monsters in this. And I like that they didn't reveal them in the trailers. They were pretty good in the movie. I thought the weird spider robot things with like teeth, like it didn't, why, but they were cool.
I was hoping they'd understand, or they'd explain that. That was one of the things I was like watching to be like, oh, are they man-made or like bioengineered? Like, no, we didn't really get into that.
They didn't explain that in the movie. They are man-made. They kind of missed that in the movie. And the music is good. The music is good, but overall, like, it was, I don't know, I'm lost for words.
This film was directed by Wes Ball, who has directed some other things that we've never heard of.
Yeah, so maybe this was his first chance, and it kind of,
first big chance. It was okay.
We're really searching to find good things in this movie.
So let's talk about the actors.
Okay.
So our main character, Thomas, was played by
Dylan O'Brien, who is from Teen Wolf, for everybody who watches that. And he was, for the character from the book, from a book reader's perspective, was okay.
I thought
nothing
he was
special.
fine.
He's pretty. He's definitely a pretty boy.
He was definitely a pretty boy. I mean, he didn't like move me to tears, but he didn't take me out of it with poor acting either, so solid job.
So 80%.
Yeah, I would say that goes for all of the acting. I thought all of the kids, I mean, this is a young adult cast, so they don't have crazy resumes to come into this with. I think they all did a pretty good job.
Pretty good job. And to note, Will Poulter from We're the Millers, he was great in that. He played Gally, or the Gailey, whatever you want to call him, who is the antagonist, basically, of this movie.
What a nice antagonist, though.
I
found myself really liking him.
See, the thing is that he's not like that in the book. He's just crazy in the book. And so what they did was they combined Albie, which was the guy, you know, he was one of the characters, he was a great character too. They took attributes of both those and kind of swapped them a little bit, and I like that. That was a very good note on this. The Gally was a better character in the movie than he was in the book.
Gally's character was very well-rounded. I found him very interesting.
He made sense. Like, he made sense. For a guy locked in a maze, all of his decisions made sense.
And then if we move into the writing and say that he was a well-written character, I think that the writing was pretty natural. I mean, aside from the plot, which wasn't that great and had a lot of holes and things weren't explained very well, but I mean, you are adapting it from a book, so I don't know how much of that could be helped. The dialogue, at least, was pretty naturalistic and lended to the actors being believable, I feel.
Okay, that's true. That's true. I'm just a little sour on the inside. But
tell us why. Explain your sour.
They just changed, like, I'm trying not to be, I'm not
No
trying not to be the book
spoilers?
nerd. No spoilers, try not to be the book nerd. And because this book is also just okay. But the good parts,
okay, with that being said.
That being said, this is a step down from that. So it kind of, I don't know, it kind of hurts a little bit.
Okay.
The first time I've been hurt by a movie that was adapted from a book.
And as someone who has not read the book, the premise is certainly interesting.
Yes.
In the first 10 minutes of the movie, you feel drawn in. Like, I found myself watching the film like, oh, I wonder what that is. But it never got, like, super edge of my seat, like I'm dying to find out. It was just kind of a mild curiosity.
Yeah, you only kind of jump at a few parts. Like
I jump just because I jump at everything.
Yeah, exactly. Like when they're in the maze at night. Not too many spoilers, but when like they run into each other or a creature pops out, it's
well,
like,
I mean,
that's
anytime
scary.
there's a jump scare, people are going to be startled.
Yeah, so that worked.
And I definitely feel like it ended on a cliffhanger. I mean, going in not as a book reader, I don't know what's going on. I expected some answers. And
you're getting way more answers in the book than what you got at
there
the
were
end of
not
this
really
movie.
very many answers, leading me to believe that the answers will be given in a sequel of some sort. Like, Sam and I walked out like, do you think there's going to be a sequel? And I kind of think there has to be, just to answer the questions. I feel like there will be enough people who are into this movie, not to mention that there's not much else out there right now, that I feel like it'll do well enough for a sequel.
Yeah, to be honest, I didn't know what this book series was until the trailer came out for it, and then I found the series, and apparently it's a New York Times bestseller.
Great.
Read it, it's okay. Maybe actually, and if I'm a person who's never read it and vaguely knows about it, because it didn't get that much promotion, honestly, I don't know if he'll get a sequel, which sucks because it's huge sequel bait at the end of that movie.
Oh.
They literally are
yes,
going to the
100%
second
yes.
movie and then it ends.
I think that it was a slightly better than average movie. And I say that because it was it's an interesting concept. And I myself would probably go see a sequel just to find out what the heck is going on.
Would you say it's boring?
Baited my curiosity enough. I don't think it's boring. I don't think it's a boring film. I just don't think it's a fantastic film. So if a 5 out of 10 is an average movie, I'd give this a 6 out of 10. I enjoyed it enough to be strung along, to take the breadcrumbs, to try to find out where it goes to. The acting was fine enough not to pull me out. The look was fine enough not to pull me out. And so, yeah, so I'd go see a sequel, but I wouldn't rush out to see this one. You can definitely wait until you can get it on Fandango or Netflix or whatever it is that you choose to watch your rented movies on, and you'll be just fine. That being said, there's not that much else out in theaters right now, so if you're just dying to see a movie, this one could be good.
This could be okay.
Yeah.
And from a book reader stance, I'd say it's like, as a movie, it's like a 5.5. So it's a little better than, you know, you might have
a little less better than average than I said.
Yeah, just a little bit. I'm a little more disappointed than her just because I had a little bit of expectation for it.
Sam and I aren't the only ones who got a chance to see The Maze Runner. On IMDb right now, it's rocking a 7.9 out of 10. And on Rotten Tomatoes right now from the critics, it has a 62%, which is still fresh.
And then audience has 80%, so you might have fun.
People are liking it.
Yeah.
So go out and see it.
Yeah.
If you really want to see a movie.
There's a stipulation is that if you really, really want to see it.
I'd rather go to TGI Fridays and get some Jack Daniels ribs or something like that.
I'd rather rewatch a whole series on Netflix. That's it for Movie Club. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Just some heads up, we're gonna do a book club on Sunday on The Maze Runner, so I'd say go watch that. Will and I did it, and we had a lot of fun. And I'd say read it before you see the movie. What do you
read it before you see the movie? You might be sorely disappointed then. I would say go see the movie before you read the book. Although I thought the Grievers were called Reapers for the first half of the film.
You can't really hear what people are saying.
You can't really hear. And to keep
kind of
asking Sam, what's Joe Jen Reed doing again? Okay, great. Thanks so much. So thank you guys for taking time out of your day to watch this. Make sure you like this video if you liked this video, and subscribe to this channel if you like, and tune in next week for all sorts of new content. I'm Trisha Hirschberger.
I'm Sam Basher.